Family, good evening. This is Sunday night, the night before Martin Luther King's birthday. So I thought I would come on because Chief Mack just did a live that was pretty encouraging and invigorating, where he was telling everybody to get foreign currencies. And then I thought it dawned on me that tonight is the night before Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. So this is Sunday, January the 18th, 2026, and the time is actually 10:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it dawned on me that this is Martin Luther King's birthday on tomorrow morning. And we know, you can come over here. We know that they always said that you're going to go to sleep on a Sunday and wake up Monday morning to a whole new reality. And I thought, what if this is the Sunday we go to sleep and tomorrow is the Monday morning we wake up to a whole new reality? Wouldn't that be awesome? So, hi, Amira. So, tomorrow is Martin Luther King's birthday, and we know one king must fall for another to rise. Sheikh Jacob Bey has been telling us this, that they've been showing us the signs of all these um, rituals they've been doing to let us know that the old system, the old empire has collapsed. And Chief Mack happened to be in a place in Atlanta, Georgia, where in the middle of the night, where everybody was sleeping, they start shooting off fireworks, red and green, as if to alert everybody that the Moroccan Empire was back. They had a bunch of unmarked cars there. Go follow the Chief Mack Show on YouTube, and he'll show you how he just so happens to catch this red and green fireworks going off in the middle of the night with unmarked police cars, everybody out celebrating. He didn't know who these everybody were. There was nothing in the headlines about it. It wasn't written anywhere. I couldn't find any publications saying anything was happening in Atlanta during that time. But so much is happening, family. It is a great evening. It's good to see everybody. Hello, family. I just thought I'd come on to say that this could be the time. As Chief Mack's been saying, some of the other podcasters have been saying, people are now hearing information about what we've been saying, that wealth management centers are now online, that banks, many of them have collapsed, and the ones that are remaining are turned into wealth management centers. And now wealth advisors and wealth managers are actually helping people to set up their 508c1a trusts. They are private trusts that will allow them to live in the private. These trusts that are called Rockefeller Trusts that Chief Mack has been doing for many people, that will allow you to get a foreign EIN. And that foreign EIN is like what they're calling spirit or breath to the body or to the trust that gives the trust life, so that you can resurrect a whole new identity. Wealth managers are agreeing to this, that this is a real thing, a reality. So I'm just really excited, family, that yes, we are moving forward with purpose, that this is our time. This we just did, Chief Mack and I did a show earlier this morning called We're Doing It. It's time for a regime change. We can actually see countries like Venezuela doing a regime change. Now their stock market is surging. Iran, they're doing a regime change. Zimbabwe did a regime change a few years ago. Iraq did a regime change in 2022. Many nations are changing over to the republic. They're becoming sovereign. In my private group, I show all the countries that have unveiled their new currencies. Regime changes. Their currencies are now being unveiled because they're lopping the zeros off in an effort, a way to let us know that no longer do these countries have sanctions on them. They're now becoming sovereign and they're operating in their sovereign capacity, which is how they can unveil their new currencies. So we showed all these countries' currencies that have announced they're revealing and unveiling new currencies that no longer are devalued due to hyperinflation, sanctions, and war. No more hyperinflation, no more devaluing of currencies. And President Trump told us in his first administration regarding the devaluation of currencies. I've been concerned about that for a long time, but I've decided that I must do something to rectify the devaluation of currencies. At the time he was doing a press conference, he was talking about Japan. And he said what he was doing to rectify the devaluation of currencies was to put tariffs and taxes on countries to force them to come to the table and do trade agreements. I have to repost that video. So if he said he was concerned about the devaluation of currencies under his first administration and said the only thing that he could do to rectify that was to force these nations to come to the table, and we know that he secured or brokered trillions of dollars and trade deals with the Middle East last summer and with the second largest economy, which is China. He did that last year in 2025. We know it's over. To broker trade deals with the largest economy in China means that all other nations had to come to the table. Then he secured trillions of dollars in the Middle East, and he told us about it. And he created a sovereign wealth fund. What is a sovereign wealth fund? It is a trust comprised of stocks, bonds, real estate, precious metals, rare earth minerals, and money from the trade deals. That sovereign wealth fund Trump created when he first came in office in January of 2025. And he said that money would be used for investments, for we the people, and to rebuild our infrastructure. The man hasn't even been in office a full year. And let me see how many executive orders he's done. Let me see if I could find it. Thank you, family, for being here. I love you so much. Somebody said stop smoking. Flacca. So I wanted to show you how many. Let's see. I'm on my cellular device. I'm trying to see if I could find. Look on my computer. We do know that Pope Leo the Lion, speaking of a regime change, closed the portal. So Pope Francis, as of December 24, 2024, opened portals that he called Jubilee portals. And he said, these are the 2025 Jubilee portals. He did that December 24, 2024. The same day, Zero Hedge came out with an article that says, we're about to experience a debt jubilee in biblical proportions. Are you ready? And then Pope Francis opened up 5 more portals that he called the Jubilee portals, starting from the end of 2024, and he opened up several of them in 2025 that says this is the year of Jubilee. Then he moved out of the way. Pope Leo came online. Pope Leo has indigenous blood in his body. He's probably from the Shigi bloodline because he's from Chicago, but we know he's what they call a mulatto or mixed breed, or he has some indigenous blood in him. Speaking of a regime change, he closed the portal January the 6th, 2026. Why January the 6th? It was the 5th year anniversary of J6. What happened on J6? J6 is when the people stormed into the Capitol, also known as the People's House, and did what everybody mainstream is calling staged an insurrection. They didn't stage an insurrection. What they did is they climbed the walls, they ran up in that joint, and they staked the totem pole, especially the gentlemen in garb, clothed in indigenous garb, and took the people's house back. Because you can do that according to our Constitution if any rogue elements like the deep state takes over your government. You can run up in there, take me through there, take me through there. Take me through there, take me through there. They went up through there and took the people's house back. My grandkids are like, no, Granny, please stop. So Pope Leo closed the portal on the 5th anniversary of J6 on January the 6th, 2026. That was huge. And Sheikh Jacob Bey came on our show and we talked about all of the signs and symbols and rituals that we see happening to let us know that a regime plan and regime change has taken place. Let me see if I can show you. Oh, for the 2025 recap, If you go to my YouTube channel, y'all see my hair is messy. I had it up in a bun and I just took it down. Here's my hair wrap. I took it down. I was like, it's Sunday night. They always said you can go to sleep on a Sunday and wake up Monday morning to a whole new reality. And Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday celebration, not his real birthday, but the celebration is tomorrow. It would be nice to see something happen on that day. But on my main channel, I showed you this day, it was 2 weeks ago. I did a 2025 recap. That was New Year's Eve. I did this recap and we celebrated New Year's Day together. We went live that night and we stayed up all the way until midnight. Then we welcomed the new year, 2026, coming in. By the way, 2026 is the year of 10. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 6. That's the year of 10. The end of one cycle and the beginning of a new cycle. Speaking of a regime change. Speaking of you going to sleep on Sunday night, waking up Monday morning to a new reality. In a 2025 recap, I showed everybody how President Trump had signed in his first year 225 executive orders. 2 plus 2, 7 plus 2 is 9, the year of 9, a year of completion. He has signed 225 executive orders, 56 memorandums. 5 plus 6 is 11. 11 is a portal, in with the, what they say, going out of a doorway or a portal, out with the O, in with the new. 56 memoranda. And let's see what this 46 is. And 46 proclamations. Again, the 2025 recap, President Trump signed 225 executive orders, 56 memorandas, and 46 proclamations. The man went ham in his first year, and it wasn't even over yet. What more should we expect? We can expect a revaluation of currencies to be formally announced, because I already unveiled and showed you all the unveiled currencies that the countries have released. We can expect to see some type of debt jubilee. Somebody was in my private group saying that their house was paid off. So people have been experiencing all of a sudden debt being wiped away. We're ready for the official announcement that all debts have been wiped away, because everything had been paid off through our trust anyway. They owe us big time. And hopefully we will see some type of announcement, like an emergency broadcast system announcement, hopefully. But remember, family, the government was shut down last year. They reopened it for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But if they don't pass a budget, it's possible that the government could shut down again January 31st. That's the last I heard before they reopened the government, when they reopened it at the end of October. So somebody look that up for me and see if they're still talking about a possible government shutdown January 31st. Because I'm not sure. Let me see if I can find that. If they do that, they could be doing more arrests. Let me see. I'm looking it up. Will they have a government shutdown January 31st? Does anybody know if they're still talking about a possible another government shutdown? Rod, look it up and see if we're going to have another government shutdown January 31st. You're praying for the announcement. Me too. You heard Donald Trump say it. He said it. He said we're going to have another government shutdown. I hope they inaugurate President Trump Tuesday as the 19th president. If they are going to have a presidential inauguration for the Republic, that's supposed to happen March 4th. That's what we've been doing historically, in case people didn't know that. So when we saw him inaugurated in January, I was like, okay, he must still be the 47th president of the United States Incorporated. And that would make sense that he's using the tools of the deep state, which are executive orders, to actually take down the deep state. But we don't know, because we're under military operation right now. Trump keeps saying and threatening to use the Insurrection Act because of all these. Huh? It's not telling you? Okay. It's not telling. My grandson is looking up if we're going to have another government shutdown January 31st. Look and see, has Congress agreed to pass a budget for 2026? So he keeps threatening to have an insurrection act because all these protests keep coming online and these no kings protests, people getting real violent, but we're already under the insurrection act is what most people don't know. So when Trump threatens that I might initiate the inauguration act, he's letting you know I've already done it. By the time they tell you they're going to do something, they might do something, it's already done.
What do I look up again?
Look and see if Congress passed the budget for 2026. Cherish, look and see the silver prices because I think silver prices just went up. It was not silver was $90 an ounce earlier today when we did a live, and I think silver just went up. Mia, look up the silver prices. You can go to silverprice.org or you can just ask Siri what's the silver price. I'm in check and see if Congress passed the budget for 2026. We're trying to see before they tell us what's happening. Thank you for all the hearts, family. I love you. Greetings. POTUS news link. Okay. Hey, family.
90 through 93.
Somebody said it's 92 online. What'd you find?
It says 90 through 93.
$92.93?
No, 90 and 93 per ounce.
It was 90 and $93 per ounce. Look and see what
It's
it,
like 90.
go to silver price. Go to silverprice.org. Somebody said it's 92. Thank you, Soul Family. Someone else says it's $93.67. That's what I saw this evening. It was like $93. Silver is $93. Almost 94. How much, baby?
I got it.
Yeah, go to silver price. $93. Earlier it was $90. It went up $3.67 already. Things are changing so quickly. Silver has doubled, more than doubled within 1 year.
2.898.
You found one that said 92.8?
Yes.
Thank you, sweetheart. $93.
That is.
Somebody else found $94.08. They're probably in silver futures.
Yeah.
Yeah. My grandchildren they're understanding this jargon now.
Gimme, it says has not passed the full budget, but it's AI.
Come here and tell the crew, tell the Soul Family what you just found about the budget.
I just.
It will be up higher. Silver will be up higher tomorrow. Oh, thank you, Sister Aaliyah. We definitely will go to sleep on Sunday and wake up Monday morning to a whole new reality. Come here and tell us what about the budget. Come on. You looked it up. Come on, you got to speak in the camera. You can tell us the silver price, but Ahmed's going to tell us what he found on the budget. Go ahead. What did you find? Look in the camera, please. What's your name?
Amin Lattimore.
Amin what?
Amin
Ra. Okay, read what you found. Hi, family. It's a continuing resolution funding. Okay, you guys are helping each other. It's a joy when the grandchildren, oh, thank you, get involved. The future is brilliant. Thank you so much. What did you discover? You got to look in the, come closer. Yes. Hi, my name is Amin Ra.
Hi, my name is Amin Ra.
And what did you discover?
As of January 15th, 2026,
Speak up, baby.
the Senate passed the 3-bill minibus that includes funding for commerce, justice, and science, including NASA and NSF.
What you were telling me, you said they did not pass the budget. Read that part.
As of January 2026, Congress has not passed the full budget for fiscal year FY 2026. Due significant progress has not been made on individual spending packages to avert a shutdown.
They haven't passed anything to avert a shutdown. What? Let me see that. Can I see it? So you heard it. They haven't passed the budget. As Amin Ra said, as of January 2026, Congress has not yet passed the full budget for the fiscal year. Thank you. You did a great job, Amin Ra, of 2026. Though significant progress has been made on individual spending packages to avert a shutdown. So they said, and they said some progress, significant progress has been made to avert a shutdown, but they still haven't passed the budget. So we don't know if there's going to be a shutdown or not.
Give me
Hmm.
and go back.
If you go back.
in my is um I accidentally put it and it's
So you found more information. So I guess it's to be determined whether or not we're going to have a shutdown. But it's saying that enough should have been passed to avert a budget. But we'll see. You want to keep researching? Okay. Thank you for your patience, family, listening to Amin Ra. Mia, come show. You want to talk about what you found regarding silver, or no? So you all can see that the silver prices are up. That they have passed a partial budget, but not the full budget. I can't read that. My eyes are not as good as yours.
As of January 2026, the U.S. Congress is on track to avert a government shutdown
They're on track. Okay.
ahead of a looming January 30 deadline. Lawmakers from both parties have ex- expressed a strong desire to avoid a repeat of the record-breaking 43-day shutdown that occurred in late 2025.
Thank you. Okay. It looks like they're trying to avert a shutdown, but they still have not decided fully if they're going to have a shutdown. January. When is the deadline? January 30th or 31st?
It says 30th.
30th. You don't want to say anything? Okay. Chair says she doesn't want to say anything. She already told us that silver did go up to at least $93 per ounce. All right. Silver was up $4 earlier. Wow. Thank you. No, they're not twins. They're cousins. They're first cousins. You're welcome. Why do you think they hate Trump so much? Yeah, they hate him so much because he's actually the one that is being used to be the commander in chief of the military to take down the deep state. Remember, Pope Francis said in his letter to Obama in 2014, the letter called Motu Proprio, and I do have a video where I'm reading that letter to you all. He said that everybody must stand down. Pope Francis said that the United States Incorporated is not the government. He said President Obama is not the president of the country. He's the president of a corporation, and all presidents before him have been presidents of a corporation. He said the president must stand down. This is what Pope Francis said. He said the court officials must stand down, the attorneys, the judges, all government officials and agencies, all police officers, also known as policy enforcers, must all stand down. And if we do not, he said, because we are unlawful, then a grand army will be formed called the Grand Army of the Republic will be formed with General Helm as the general of the military, and they will force us to stand down. This is what we're now calling the white hats of the military and the Nasara White Knights. That is the Grand Army of the Republic, and they chose President Trump to be the commander in chief. We're currently under military operation. Trump came in, he initiated the Insurrection Act, because who's staging an insurrection? Not the J6ers. They're the ones that's averting the insurrection. They're the ones that went in the people's house called the Capitol and staked the totem pole saying we're reclaiming our country back. We're turning things back over to the indigenous peoples, to the indigenous tribes, to the lawful people, to we the people here on the American lands. So President Trump initiated the Insurrection Act, and they're going after the deep state, also known as the government. That is why the Supreme Court overturned the Chevron doctrine, eliminating the powers of the deep state. So the Chevron doctrine gave the government unlimited powers and said all the agencies that call themselves government agencies could create any statutes, codes, and policies they wanted because they are the experts and they can force we the people to abide by them. The Supreme Court came online summer of June 2024. and they overturned the Chevron doctrine and said that the United States Incorporated, the fake government, they said they were unlawful and treasonous, and all 400, at the time with 441 government agencies, had to be dismantled. Now we're up to 444 government agencies. I've shown you all that list on my channel many times. I'll put it in the post section, in the community section again. So the Supreme Court overturned the Chevron doctrine and said not only is the government unlawful, unconstitutional, and treasonous, and all 444 agencies are unlawful, but any judges that allowed this to happen and knew of it, that participated, they committed treason. Also, just like those government agencies, and any judges that knew of a judge that allowed that to happen and didn't report it to the president, they committed misprision of treason. So there are judges being arrested right now. Some you can look it up and find that. There are some attorneys that are arrested. People are panicking. I just talked to a lawyer just the other day that asked me, how are people still here that came to this country unlawfully and lied to stay here? How is this even possible? I said, you tell me, you're the attorney. He said, I'm asking you because the government participated. That's how it was allowed to happen. These people were allowed to come here, overstay visas, and stay here because judges allowed it to happen. And these judges and some of the attorneys are being arrested currently. I saw a judge get arrested on camera for hiding out an illegal immigrant that had committed some type of crime, and they were trying to come for this immigrant, and this person the judge hid him in his chambers, and he got arrested on camera. So their time is up, is what I'm saying. The deep state is over. We're having a new regime change all across the board. So whether it's literal or metaphorical, we're going to go to sleep 2026, thank you for that, on a Sunday, and wake up Monday morning to a whole new reality. It could be literal, it could be metaphorically speaking. We went to sleep, we're going to sleep, and we're going to wake up to silver prices changing, more regime changes being announced. Now, tomorrow is Monday. Wait for Tuesday. Tuesday is the day they love to make big announcements. Tuesday's really normally when they do inauguration speeches. It's just a day they always do something special. They love Tuesdays. Let's see what happens on Tuesday. Exchange of America. I can't read that. Is that a reputable company? Yes, that I know of it is for foreign currencies. Yes. And can you plug up my computer? I want to look at the comments section because I can't read it from my phone. It's coming, family. They can't stop what's coming. So a lot of attorneys are going to be arrested. Brave New World. If you look at resignation.info, you will see a list. Thank you, Amira, of attorneys that have been forced to resign early, CEOs of banks, CEOs of corporations, prime ministers. Look at resignation.info. You'll see it for yourself. You used to be able to look at cvine.net and see military tribunals in 2018, but they've taken it down. But we're about to have some serious Nuremberg trials 2.0 of all these medical whacks that unalived our family members and our loved ones during the COVID time. You're going to see a lot of doctors, so-called doctors and medical practitioners going to jail, being arrested for what they did to our loved ones under the guise of some type of medical practice that they were doing when they were putting them on ventilators, unbeknownst to us and behind our backs, because they were getting money for every person they put on the ventilator. They gonna get it. They got what's coming. And we're gonna send that energy that they sent out to our loved ones that they unalived, we're gonna send it right back to them. Return to sender. You participated in this nefarious activity, return to sender. They like to say you can't speak ill against these people even when they did ill to you. You can't practice voodoo, hoodoo. You can't call on your ancestors. You can't do this. Oh, watch. Return to sender. That's all I'm going to say. because our words cast spells. We have power. It's a new day. We understand and overstand how mighty we are, how powerful we are. No more are they going to be allowed to do the things that they've been doing to us and get away with it. It's a new day. It's a new season. It's a new day. Right? A fresh anointing headed our way. A time of power. Y'all can sing. And prosperity. It's a new season coming for me. Now I'm looking at my computer. I can see your comments better. It's a new season. So I just wanted to come on and say one king must fall for another to rise. Martin Luther King Jr. His name probably wasn't really King. We know it was allegedly Michael Luther. He was friends of the Rothschilds. He's got pictures with them. He said, "I fear that I've led my people astray and caused them to led my people into a burning house in their own land." But his birthday celebration is significant, and we'll find out why in the morning when we wake up. Hello, Sister Janine. Hello, Divine Truth. Return the sender. Happy birthday to you on Tuesday, Rich. Rich always sends us good information, good intel to share with the Soul Tribe. Happy birthday to you on Tuesday. I'm looking at my phone and computer at the same time. We're going to tell the truth. Somebody says, "I tell the truth until I die." They're going to tell the truth until they transition. But you know, with the med beds, you might not ever transition. You might decide to live forever. I have a friend who has med beds, and he has put people in them, and people are being cured immediately. He has contacts. This guy I just met by chance, just walking into the flea market. I don't want to say too much. He's going to come on when he gets the med bed set up, and he's going to share that technology with the Soul Tribe. And he told me they're being released slowly. It's a rollout, and it's going to be free to the public. We just ran into each other by chance. I was going into the flea market. I had a lot of low energy that day. I wasn't feeling too good. He stopped me. I was on my way out. He said, "Come here. I want to show you some of my products." And then he started prophesying to me and saying, "People are trying to cast spells on you and lower your energy and stop the mission that you have going, that because God called you. You are a chosen one. The Most High Source, the Creator, chose you." And I said, "Somebody else just told me people been working all type of magic, trying to stop my show, taking my channel down, stopping my money or whatever." This man started prophesying to me, and it just so happened that he's a Soul Tribe member. Not literally, but we connected heart connection. You know how you know your tribe, and we start speaking the same language about med beds, about this being a golden reality, about God's people waking up, the sources people waking up, about us being source and being able to use our powers, and how we are going to live longer, and how we can use and take gold and silver. And I just said, "Do you have silver?" He said, "Silver? I got silver and gold. What you talking about, sis?" Our tribe members, we're finding each other, and I'm so happy. We're from all type of so-called races, creeds, skin complexions, religious affiliations. We're on different sides of the party, whether we are conservative or we liberal or whatever we are. We're finding each other, man, woman, and child. Even the children are saying, "Hey, we need to come together and unite and fight the powers that be," right? And I'm just so happy, family. It is pretty incredible. The med beds are already here. I have a friend that has one, and he's going to order more and release them for the Soul Tribe. We're all coming together. We're all like-minded. We're all connected. So, family, Chief Mack was on tonight, just about an hour ago. So go to the Chief Mack show. He was saying, get your foreign currencies, get them now. Get a private trust. Get a 508c1a. Is that I say it right? The Rockefeller Trust, the Ironclad Trust, where you can get a foreign EIN. That foreign EIN is like spirit that breathes life into the trust. and created now so that you can live in a private, you can operate outside the realm of the government. And I'm sure after the revaluation, you'll be able to do trust as well. Chief Mack is going to be doing trust then too. He said if you want to contact him, you can contact him at unityinmotion45@yahoo.com. UNITYINMOTION45 at Yahoo, YAHOO.com. But he said he's been feeling that since things are speeding up so fast that, we can have like an announcement, a soft announcement that will happen about the global currency reset. I will add to that the global currency reset is happening in real time. That's why countries are unveiling their currencies. Like who, Dr. Kia? Well, Venezuela unveiled their currency in 2021. The people that are getting Venezuelan currency right now, you only know about the digitales, right? Most of you. Well, we were buying Venezuelan currency in 2017. Back then it was fuertes, and it had a lot of zeros on it. They unveiled the new currency in 2021. Iran is about to unveil new currency, which is why behind the scenes they're talking about dropping the zeros. They're not saying this in mainstream media. Mainstream media is saying that Iranian people are protesting. They're taken to the streets because their currency devalues significantly. But what mainstream media isn't telling you is that Iran has already bowed down to Trump, and they started lopping off the zeros off their currencies, and their currency is revaluating behind the scenes. I reported that last summer, but only to the private membership group. So when they see the news come out now that says people are protesting in the street because the currency is devaluing, they know that's just the rhetoric that mainstream is putting out there, because they don't want you to know that Iran already is revaluing their currency behind the scenes. They already unveiled their new currency. People just don't know about it. Who else? Syria. I told them the private group about Syria, and now we won't even talk about the other countries. You got to join a private group to see all the countries that unveiled their new currencies. But suffice it to say, the global currency reset has already happened. They're already revaluing their currencies. What is a revaluation? Let's first talk about a reinstatement. They're reinstating their country's currencies back to the way the country's currency used to be before all these sanctions was placed on these countries, because they didn't want to do business with the United States Incorporated. They're reinstating. Some of these countries' currencies were 3-to-1, $3 above 1 USD. And the United States Incorporated didn't like the fact that these countries had higher currency with a better value, and some of them just didn't want to do business with the United States Incorporated. They didn't want to get oil from Saudi Arabia and use the USD. Because what made the United States Incorporated have financial and economic hegemony was the United States Incorporated having an agreement with Saudi Arabia and the Saudi Arabian princes to protect their kingdom in exchange for their oil, and force all nations to get oil from Saudi Arabia. Well, some nations said, I don't want to do that. Why would I get oil from Saudi Arabia if I'm Venezuela and I got more oil than Saudi Arabia, Russia, and all these other nations put together? So Venezuela tried to say, no, we want to use our own oil. So what did they do? They put sanctions on Venezuela. You can't use your oil. You're going to do what we say. We're the financial powerhouse, the United States Incorporated. We've got the agreement with Saudi Arabia. We are only doing business with them. We're protecting the Saudi princes. Some of those wicked people who are gang raping women, doing anal sex on women and children and animals. They own all of or most of the casinos in Nevada. That's why so much sin is going on. That's why it's called Sin City. All these, I'm trying to be careful. They're not Muslim. They're not abiding by real Islam. They're not abiding by anything benevolent. That's why prostitution is legal in Nevada. Drugs, all that running rampant because the Saudi princes bought up a lot of land there, and they were owning and running the casinos, which a lot of nefarious things were going on in a casino and underground in those tunnels. So they had an agreement with the United States Incorporated. They exchanged the oil in exchange for protection of their kingdom. Well, in 2022, Saudi Arabia joined BRICS. How about that? And BRICS became known as Sal BRICS. BRICS is the group of nations, Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, that got together that said we're going to simultaneously at the same time collapse the United States dollar by refusing to do business with the United States and by refusing to use their currency, the USD. We're going to all drop the United States dollar when we get the signal. The signal was Vladimir Putin when he went and he declared war against Ukraine. That ticked off Biden. Biden put sanctions on Putin. Putin clapped back and said, I'm going to stop trading with the dollar. That was the trigger. I don't care if you put sanctions on me. I'm going to stop trading using the United States dollar. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to use my own currency in 2022, and that's when the Russian ruble became the strongest performing currency in the world. So again, what made the United States dollar the world reserve currency was that it was the currency of the United States Incorporated. What made the United States Incorporated have financial and economic hegemony, making them the powerhouse, was their agreement with Saudi Arabia to protect the Saudi kingdom in exchange for their oil, force all nations to get oil only from Saudi Arabia through OPEC, and all these nations had to use the United States dollar to get the oil, or they had to peg their dollar, their currency, to the USD. Nations said, I'm not doing that. So the United States declared war against those nations, or they put sanctions on them, and that decimated their economies. That decimated their GDP. Then when they had war, it destroyed their infrastructure. But now what are you reading in the news? Iraq rebuild their infrastructure. Venezuela's working on their infrastructure. Venezuelan stock market is surging, went increased by 130%. Nations are rebuilding their infrastructure. This is the language you need to look for, and this will let you know that their currency is revaluation. Countries now are rebuilding their infrastructure. That's how you know. Countries now are putting in economic reform. That's another terminology, economic reforms. Countries are now economically stable. Countries now are calling back their people from abroad. What else? Things like Iraq is now attracting foreign investors because they're economically stable. The global currency reset is happening. They're resetting the whole system. This is why, look it up. BRICS has just created a new payment platform. I just been talking about this. I talked about it in October when they did it, and I talked about it again today. BRICS has a new payment platform that connects, I think it was 165 new countries. Was it 185 countries. BRICS new payment system supports transactions across 185 countries. That will destroy the SWIFT system, the payment system, the SWIFT financial system. People are acting like this is new. They just talked about it. Watcher Guru just talked about it in October 2025, but we first announced this like 2 or 3 years ago that BRICS was coming up with a new payment system that will rival the SWIFT payment system, and that will single-handedly destroy the Federal Reserve central banking system. But they're always years late when they report this to mainstream media. But this new payment system that connects and works across 185 countries lets you know the global currency reset is already happening. Remember, Project Sandman was an agreement, a secret agreement between 209 nations to, when triggered, stop trading with the dollar. What was the trigger? Vladimir Putin declaring war against Ukraine, uncovering all the nefarious activities going on in Ukraine, all the money laundering, all the trading, all of the labs that were there. Vladimir Putin exposed all that. James Comer of the House Oversight Committee took some of that information. He used it to investigate Joseph Robinette Biden. And you can go to the House Oversight Committee's website right now and see all the stuff James Comer found out about Biden. And it's listed on the House Oversight Committee, some of which he got from Vladimir Putin when he exposed what was happening in Ukraine. So all this has been happening for a while. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, central banks have been accumulating gold in record numbers since 2018. Zimbabwe in 2018 secured a secret agreement with China to help them mine the gold. And then in 2024, they released the ZIG gold, the new Zimbabwe currency. They've been revaluing their currency. They've been preparing for and working for this global currency reset. It's just that mainstream media doesn't report it. When al-Sudani came to power in Iraq, he said, I'm working to do three things: get rid of endemic corruption, work with the Central Bank of Iraq to revalue the Iraqi dinar against the United States dollar, and work with other countries to return my stolen money. He did all three of those things, and I showed proof in my private group. I show all the stolen money that he brought back to his country. I show how he got rid of corruption, and I show how he did revalue the IQD against the USD. The first thing he said was, I'm going to do it. That was November 2022. Then he came and he told all his people, stop trading with the USD. If I find out you traded with the USD, bought the USD, got USD under the black market, I'm going to deal with you. Trust in your own local currency. He said that in 2022 and 2023. We're in 2026 now. They released a new rate behind the scenes. It might not be the rate that's going to trade on the Forex, but in country, they released a new rate. Some podcasters are saying that. We have articles to support that. Now, whether or not that's going to trade on the Forex, we can't say. But we do have the articles. Not only do we have the articles releasing a new Iraqi dinar rate, which I believe is going to be astronomically higher, but we also have the banking protocol for foreign currency exchanges. We have the protocol in the private group. You don't have to be a part of the private group to know it. If you want it from me, you do. But all you have to do really is just wait. It's going to be a simple exchange. A simple exchange. But some of the things podcasters have been saying is true. You do need to be able to say, to some extent, what you're going to do with the money. Not that they're trying to control you, but they got to know that we're not going to be trading children with the money like they did with Bitcoin. So, when these countries refused to do business with the deep state, also known as the United States Incorporated, or they didn't want to get oil from Saudi Arabia because they already have oil, they didn't want to peg their dollar to the USD, they didn't want to use the old monetary system, the United States would declare war against those nations, fund both sides of the war, decimate their economies, the countries' currencies that they declare war against or they put sanctions on, the currencies would devalue significantly. Hyperinflation would go through the roof. They would have to keep printing up a lot of money or currency to deal with hyperinflation. Then people in the know who said, hey, the United States Incorporated just devalued Kuwait's dinar in 1990, 1991 through war and sanctions. So the people in the know bought the currencies, the Kuwaiti dinar, when the currency had devalued, waited till after the war was over. Then United States Incorporated, which had declared war and funded both sides of the wars, will go into the nations, rebuild the infrastructure. That's wicked. The GDP goes back up. And then those people who bought the country's currencies when it was devalued the war will go to the bank with the new rate, the new reinstated rate. Now that the war is over, the infrastructure is rebuilt, the economy is rebounding, the country's currency that had devalued, now they would put it back, place it back to, or reinstate it back to the value it was before war. So let's say the Kuwaiti dinar was $3.61 above the USD, 361 to 1. After everything's over, the infrastructure is rebuilt, no more sanctions on Kuwait or whatever, or war, all the wars going on in that region is over. Then the dinar had gone from $3.61 down to 16 cents because of war. Now that the war is over, it goes back to this reinstated to $3.61. The people who bought the Kuwaiti dinar when it was down or devalued to 16 cents, I'm just hypothetically saying 16 cents, when it was significantly devalued, now the country's currency is reinstated back to its pre-war or pre-sanctioned value. People in the know, like military generals, presidents from all over the world, corporate CEOs, people that's involved in secret societies, Skull and Bones, Boule, only, and not even all of them, just the top 1%. They would then go to the bank with that reinstated value, because they bought the currency that was devalued. It had now dropped to 16 cents. Now it's back up to $3.61. They became wealthy overnight, millionaires and billionaires. We were never supposed to know this. That's how some of these people became millionaires. We were never supposed to know this. But now we know. And now we're in on it because Source wanted us to know. Our ancestors that have returned wanted us to know that you can get in on this wealth transfer by just taking a few dollars, invested in those countries' currencies that have been devalued through war. Because not only will their currencies be reinstated back to their value before they were sanctioned, and the country's currency was sanctioned or it devalued, but not only will it be reinstated to pre-war values, but it would go beyond a reinstatement. It will be a revaluation. Well, now we got to reassess the value of these countries' currencies because they repatriated their gold back from the Vatican. Now they're sovereign. They're not under control of the United States Incorporated because most of them jokers have been arrested and going through military tribunals. So now they have access to their wealth. They have access to their gold. Now they have mining rights, and now they work with and contracted with other nations to help them mine their gold. Like Zimbabwe has a contract with China to help them mine the gold. So now they have access to their own resources. They're no longer under sanction. Nobody's controlling them. They kicked out the colonists like the African nations did. Burkina Faso, I hear you talking to me. Mali, I hear you. Senegal, I hear you. Chad, Niger. Those 5 African nations are only a few that have kicked out the French, kicked out colonists. Now they sovereign. They can access their own wealth, and that wealth in those nations, the gold, the silver, palladium, platinum, the iron, the ore, the land, backs up those countries' currencies. The countries' currencies are now going to be revalued based on the resources that those countries have, and they're going to be worth even more than what they were before sanctions. Every country's currency is being revalued. And we heard that all countries' currencies will be one-to-one with each other. We have the opportunity to get in on the greatest wealth transfer. We're already going to be wealthy because we already all have trust accounts that were created in our names at birth. And that was supposed to pay off your debt. You weren't supposed to need a student loan, pay medical bills, rent, buy a house, get mortgage loans, which is a debt pledge, which mortgage means a death pledge. We weren't supposed to have all this. All of these things were already paid out of our estates. They accessed our estates, our trust that was created at birth through our birth certificate bond that our parents signed. Thank you for the Cash App blessing. I see you guys sending me messages in Cash Apps. I appreciate you. Beautiful lady. Oh, thank you. I don't know who that is, but thank you so much. Those were already paid off, but they made us take out loans. They didn't give us any money. They made us take out a loan, and they made us pay them back a second time with interest. And that is what the farmers knew was wrong when they took the United States Incorporated to court for making them take out loans with high interest rates. And they won their claims and the world court. So the courts determined that not only were the farmers misrepresented or mistreated by the Federal Reserve central banking system, but everybody was in America and all across the globe through the Federal Reserve central banking system that's attached to the United States Incorporated. And they were told that after these entities are dismantled, our republic will be restored. We'll go back to the gold standard, and we'll all be repaid. We'll have access to our trust, in other words. And the farmers would be paid out first. At the same time, Empress Verdiasi, or Verdice, I call it Verdiasi, Gaston L. Turner Bay, another name for Turner's Tunica, she also took the United States Incorporated to court on behalf of the Washita or the Ashita peoples, the indigenous copper-colored races people, the tribal peoples here, mainly those coming out of the Louisiana, Texas area. But she went on behalf of all indigenous peoples and won her claims in the amount of $85 quadrillion. Now, I spoke to somebody who worked with her. I spoke with Rena, Whitney's eldest daughter, who talked to me about what happened and how she wasn't able to completely finish the process, although she won her claim. But I spoke to somebody most recently, like last month, who knew her and the Empress very well and agreed that she won her claims. But the process, for some reason, it wasn't completely finished because she passed away. But now we have Empress Rare Bird. We have in America, we have Elizabeth, Princess Elizabeth in the Philippines working on behalf of many trusts. And we have dynasties and bloodline families all across the world that are releasing funds to help liberate the people. But the farmers won their claims, and they call that NASARA, the National Economic Security and Reformation Act. And the global version of that is GSARA, the Global Economic Security and Reformation Act, that says that all people all over the planet will be liberated. All of our debt will be wiped away. We'll all have a debt jubilee. This is why Zero Hedge could even write the article on December 24, 2024. You can look that up right now and it'll say that the article has been archived, but I've been talking about that article since it came out on December 24th. And I used to read it straight from the website, but now you can look it up. Zero Hedge. We're going to have a debt jubilee in biblical proportions. Are you ready? It'll say article archive. But they can say that because they know that NASARA is real. Wipe out all debts, wipe out all credit card debt, bank loan debt. This is NASARA JASARA. Get rid of all 444 government agencies like the IRS, the FBI, the CIA. Do away with income taxes altogether. That's why Trump came in saying, I'm going to get rid of the IRS and create the ERS. I'm going to get rid of the Internal Revenue Service and create the External Revenue Service because it's unlawful to tax the people. We're going to tax these countries for doing business with us like it used to be under the Republic before these nefarious people took over and started taxing we the people. All of those agencies have to go away. They're not part of our republic. All people will have access to their trusts. The language in NASARA says everybody's going to have tens of hundreds of thousands every month in a non-interest bearing account. People say it resembles a universal basic income. People get upset when you use that terminology. It resembles a universal basic income in that, just like all other nations that have sovereign wealth funds and trusts, they pay out their people. Oil-rich nations give their people money every month, and everybody gets to enjoy the wealth of the nation. America doesn't do that. We're going to start doing that under NASARA JASARA. And there are so many other benefits. You can look at my videos on NASARA, NESARA, on my YouTube channel, and you'll see their beautiful benefits that we're going to enjoy as free people. We're going to experience global peace, freedom, prosperity, and wealth because trillions of dollars are being injected into the global economy. Every other nation has sovereign wealth funds, but we didn't until President Trump came back in 2025. Now we have a sovereign wealth fund comprised of stocks, bonds, lands, precious metals, rare earth minerals, and the money from the taxes and tariffs that he put on these nations. Say it again, you guys are saying, for those in the back. I got to go and look on my computer because the words are too little on my phone. What did you say? Hold the line. Homeless vets need to be taken care of first. You can't believe, I can't read. Oh, there's so many comments so fast. You're welcome. $100 trillion, somebody are saying, for we indigenous people. Y'all like Melania Trump? I wish I could read. Yes, rare earth minerals. Remember, 2.34 metric tons of rare earth minerals was discovered a couple years ago in Wyoming, and that puts us at the top as being number one with the most rare earth minerals. But who's surprised? America's where everything started. The old ancient map shows that everything started here on Turtle Island, also known as America or Amurica or the Northwest or the North Gate or Northwest Africa or the Moroccan Empire. Turtle Island, everything started here. I agree. Just quit paying taxes, Dana says. She said quit. I don't know if it's a man or woman. Quit paying taxes. insurance, license, bills, and debts. Woo, go ahead. You serious. You about it. You about that life. Thank you for calling me beautiful. Hit the like button, family. Divine Water said hit the like button. Thank you. Why aren't we embracing the lifestyle such as community and commerce like the Amish? We really should be. I agree. Do we file taxes? You know, somebody just told me that the IRS is telling people not to file taxes. I haven't read the article, but they in 2022, do y'all remember that? They said the same thing. Don't file taxes because we're trying to rectify what happened during COVID. People kept filing. I'm like, I'm reading the article where the IRS said don't even bother. It's up to you. It's up to each individual if they want to file taxes. Filing taxes is voluntary. It's not a law. Janine says, hello, Sister Janine. Melania has a movie documentary coming out on January the 30th. Thank you, sister. Wow, I didn't know that. She got a movie coming out on January 30th. We could have a government shutdown happen on January 30th. You got all these no kings riots and protests happening. You got Iran all up in a tizzy. They're protesting. When's the last time you heard a president like the Iranian president just did? The president told the cabinet and he told the administrators and people in power, y'all need to hear the complaints of the Iranian people. You, the president, do something. So they want to keep everybody looking over there at all these protests. Maybe there's going to be a government shutdown, but maybe if we do have a shutdown, that'd be a good time to watch that movie. That'd be a good time for an emergency broadcast system announcement as well. If you have no medical insurance and you have an emergency, they want to see tax returns, or you may owe it all. Let me tell you something new that's happening. Doctors are saying they don't want to deal with insurance companies anymore. So what doctors are doing now, many of them now have a plan where people can pay them, doctors, a certain amount every month. You might be able to pay like $100 and something a month, whatever their price is. You pay a certain amount yourself as an individual and you have direct access to the doctors. They're not playing the insurance game anymore. More and more doctors are leaving the insurance game. They're tired of dealing with the insurance companies. And they're saying, you could pay us a certain amount to put us on your schedule. You know, now we work only for you, not only for you, but we work for you as an individual, not for the insurance companies. And you have access to us whenever you want to see us. Look it up. More doctors are saying that. I'll see if I can find a video of a doctor talking about how more doctors are doing that. They're tired of insurance companies. They say you can hire us yourself. Somebody said, I heard doctors are cops. Some of them might be. You can charge off all debt, Apollo says. Read what Apollo is saying, including taxes, school loans, mortgages, bills. All debt is prepaid since 1933, President Roosevelt, through a proclamation. Thank you, Apollo. Everything could go before the 30th, yes. Literally, you can wake up on a Sunday, you could go to sleep on a Sunday night, wake up Monday morning to a whole new reality. When Kuwait revalued the Kuwaiti dinar, it happened in the middle of the night. Not only did it happen when it caught people off guard, but it happened in the middle of a blackout. They had an electricity outage, which many of these nations have. During the blackout, people were in the banks in the dark, cashing in, exchanging their currency for the new rate on the Iraqi dinar, becoming millionaires overnight. It's happening. The Great Awakening is occurring. Absolutely. Any info on the Zimbabwean Zim? Well, we know that the top left corner of the Zimbabwe Zim says this is a promise to pay the bearer upon demand. I don't have any new information, but I will look for some. But I did in my private group, I did a video on Zimbabwe a couple of months ago, so that might not be new enough information for you. But I did do a video on Zimbabwe. I don't even remember exactly what it was. What did I say about Zimbabwe? We know they released their, oh, all y'all should know by now, they released their own gold back currencies. I'll look up some more information about Zimbabwe and get back to you. Concierge medicine. Thank you. Thank you, Green Eyes Jackson. It's called concierge medicine, where now you can pay doctors a certain amount every month. You can circumvent insurance. You don't have to pay that $500 a month. You could just pay them a little bit, a lot less every month, and have them on your roster. Thank you so much. I remember the Y2K frenzy. They thought the year of 2000 was the end of the world. I remember that. Hi, money guy. Good to see you. Zims have gold lettering and they have a place on the back to endorse it like a check. Thank you, Joey. I didn't know that they had a place to endorse it. Great change is a coming, family. Oh, thank you. Somebody says you're beautiful. Half Truth said you're beautiful. I hope that's a whole truth. Thank you so much. Estate issues common, please cure. I can't read that completely.
I can.
You can?
I will check.
Fiat is going down in value. I agree. What did Nick say right here? Estate issues right here. You can read right here. What does that say?
Estate issues, common pleas court.
Oh, common pleas court for estate issues. Thank you, Amira.
I can help you.
You can help me. Okay, good.
I'll stay right here.
What's that last question? Where do you what? Where do you invest? You could get foreign currencies from many online dealers. You can also get some of them from your local coin dealer. One of our friends said you can go to AAA. I didn't know you can go to AAA and get currencies. But put it in the chat, family, where they can get foreign currencies, please. What they can invest in. You can invest in gold or silver. Go to an online dealer. Go to Miles Franklin Precious Metals Company. What you say?
I said copper.
You said copper. Why you say copper? What do you know about copper?
It's one of the transition metals.
One of the transition metals.
And
okay.
It has a I forgot.
You forgot? You want to look at your device?
I forgot what it's called, but I know what I'm trying to say.
Well, they just added copper to the critical mineral list.
Oh, an energy and heat a great energy and heat conductor.
Oh, copper is? Okay. Copper is a great energy and heat conductor, according to Amin Ra.
Why you get so much energy when you wear copper?
You get a lot of energy when you wear copper. That's awesome. Do you have copper on? All right now. That's pretty cool.
Ah.
They're saying you're cute.
Thank you.
Copper is very powerful. Copper is widely used metal. They're saying you're a smart young man.
Thank you.
They're saying you're right. They're buying copper. Look at that precious soul. Mia, say hi before we go to bed.
No.
Come here, Cherish Mia more. It's way past bedtime. Y'all just don't have to go have school tomorrow because it's a holiday. Say hi to the Soul Tribe.
Hi.
Sometime Amin Ra and Cherish Mia more. Sometimes they come and give reports, or they help me do reports in the private membership group. So if you're interested in a private membership group, just hit the join button anywhere on any of our videos and join us in our discussions on investments. Yes. Peace. They're saying peace. They're saying twins. Aw. They say hi, beautiful.
Hi. Why are you so hot? Why are you so warm?
I am very warm. I'm sweating. I don't know. I need some water. May I have some water?
Yes.
These are my ace spoon coons. You ever heard the grandchildren like being your ace spoon coons? They're my shadow. They study with me. They read with me. They talk to the coin dealers just as much as I do. And every time we go, they try to get something out of the treasury chest that the coin dealers have just for children. And they go to the coin conferences with me and the meetings. Speaking of which, we need to go rejoin that the Monday meetings because they have a group just for children now.
Whoa.
All right, family, you're welcome. Oh, they said I'm an awesome grandma. Thank you so much. I love you, family.
I agree too.
So we agree. We don't know what's going to happen, but we know something amazing is going to happen. We're all sovereign, and we can speak it into existence. We can command it to be so, family. Our time has come. No longer we wait. We're not waiting on anybody to do anything. We're commanding our liberation. We're commanding our freedom. We're commanding our prosperity. We're commanding these currencies to publicly and officially revalue because it's already happened behind the scenes. So we're about to head out, family. Any more questions? Oh, that y'all going to be brilliant adults, they said. It is so. Have also found links where people are going into courtrooms and putting judges on notice if you would like that. Also, one of my friends did that. One of my friends in Atlanta, Georgia, whose initials are RA, served judges and put them on notice. Sure did. Said your time is up. And if y'all don't stand down, we're gonna arrest y'all. I think they call it a citizen's arrest, but I say sovereign people's arrest. Sure did, sure miss.
Gimme, don't end the video.
Don't end it. Why would you guys say something?
Oh, I'm going there.
Come on. You going where?
On your channel.
Okay, go on the channel.
I'm gonna try.
The children are beautiful. They must protect them. Yes. The best foreign currencies to buy. Family, can you put it in the chat what you believe the best foreign currencies are? Look for the currencies. Look for the countries in the news right now. Look at those countries that the currency have been devalued through sanctions and war, like Iraq, the Iraqi dinar. Oh, Amin Rod said, hi, Granny.
How you get there?
Oh, let's go, Rah. You see his name down at the bottom, say, let's go, Rah. He just said, hi, Granny. He's in my group. The Vietnamese dong, somebody just said, that's a currency, Vietnam. The Iraqi dinar, the Zimbabwean zim, they're helping us out, family. Whoa. Venezuelan digitalis. Thank you, family, for helping each other. The Bolivar, that's Venezuela. Copper from Home Depot. Oh, okay. The Zim, the Dong, the Agro check. There's a Zimbabwe Agro check. What else? Look for countries that need repair. Somebody just said. Lebanon, Pure Soul said. We are the RICO charters. All right now. Somebody said Libya. Indonesian rupiah. The Soul Tribe is saying they coming through with the details. That's right. Thank you for the hearts, family. Thank you for the likes. Burkina Faso. Michael Jacko, part of the greatest show on earth, said EQ. What's EQ? EQ coming Tuesday in California. HQ for the chemtrails at Travis Air Force Base in California. Hey, I used to live not too far from Travis Air Force Base. My brother was in the military. Copper, like what Tesla is using. The Hungarian pango is what Larry Bolton says. Jackie says, hello, Dr. Pruitt. Hi. Earthquakes are happening in California. That's what EQ stands for. Thank you. Argentina just paid back some of their debt for the bailout. Wow. All right. The Soul Tribe is helping you. Somebody asked which currencies to get. They're answering it in the comment section, family. We're only on YouTube tonight. I didn't post on my other social media. And so far, we have how many of you in the chat? Yes.
Um, that one is kind of late.
700 people in the chat.
No, gimme.
Huh?
Whatever you say now is not the same as that, cause
Oh, it's delayed.
it's late. It's like when you say something, the other one says it, but later.
Okay, that's all right. I think it'll be okay. I hope they understand. So fire is your family and what happened between us and I. Somebody saying Pangos. Banknote world, get banknote world for your foreign currencies. Isn't this a wonderful time to be alive? Just imagine, without social media, we didn't know all this. Before Source and whomever's in control let this information come out, we didn't know any of this. People was just making money on our heads and keeping us in perpetual poverty and enslavement while they were making all this money through revalued currencies. Somebody says they always have earthquakes, so don't worry about that. The dinar, the bolivar, the zims, and the dong. Thank you, Sister Janine Davis, our moderator, for giving us that information. Goldbacks and silverbacks. Thank you. Banknote world really is addictive. Once you start buying currencies, it's like, oh my God, I got a few dollars. I just was able to scrape a few dollars. I'm not going out to eat. I need just one more note. You start feeling like a junkie. Don't you, family? Are y'all saying you could buy copper from Home Depot? That's what Rock Cartwright wants to know. You do start feeling like a junkie, like, okay, I got some Bolivar. Let me scrape up a few dollars. I can buy another note for just $21. Let me scrape up some pennies. Hey, can I borrow some money over here? Hey, can I sell some shoes over here? I just need one more Bolivar. Copper pipes. You really do start feeling like an addict. For real. People are agreeing. Read the comment section. They are agreeing. They're like, yep. You can get copper from Amazon or eBay. Electrical wires have copper in them. Aunt Sim said, I'm a Bolivar junkie and VND. That's hilarious. I know that's right. Nobody of knowledge says, I buy copper from Home Depot and I put it in my garden. It helps my vegetation. Wow. Somebody uses copper in their garden, Amira.
Huh? Oh,
that's pretty cool.
Grow.
It helps it grow?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Somebody else buys from eBay. eBay has lower prices because some of these major companies like Banknote World will sell some of their currencies on eBay. The same thing they sell on their website, they sell on eBay, and it comes with a certificate of authenticity as well. Mr. Ronald, I don't do consultations. I apologize. Chief Mack does. You can contact him at unityemotion45@yahoo.com. He told me years ago, because I was like, I can't handle all the calls and all the email and do podcasts and help with the grandchildren and, work some part-time with the school system. I was like, it's starting to become too much. So Chief Mack said, you let me handle the consultations and you handle the podcast. And it's because I really needed a covering, somebody to like just kind of take over and take some of the responsibility off. But you can contact Chief Mack at Unity in Motion 45 at yahoo.com. And I'm not really an expert on the IRS, but I do know when they took $10,000 from one of my sons and said he owed a debt. So they was taking, I think they said you owe student loan debt or something. So whatever he owed, the IRS took $10,000 from him. I said, write the IRS a letter and write the same letter to the United States Treasury Department. Send them at the same time. Tell them that you are dealing with economic hardships since the global pandemic. You want all your money back, and you want it back within 30 days. I kid you not, within 30 days, he had all $10,000 to the penny sent right back to him. He followed my instructions. I'm so proud of him. So I don't know what issues you're having with the IRS. I'm hoping that Chief Mack or someone else can help you. Keep your frequencies high, family. Thank you, warning signs. He is super busy. You sent a notice. What's your name? Tina. Okay, Tina. Email me at kiapruitt@gmail.com. Let me know what your email address is that you sent to Chief Mack, and I'll give him a call. And he'll get right back to you. Nice collaboration. Thank you. Do we have templates for what exactly, dear? Ooh, Green Eyes Jackson said, I sent the IRS a cease and desist letter and told them it was illegal to pay a non-existing entity and haven't heard from them since. And that was in 2017. That's what I'm talking about. Walk in your sovereignty. Walk in your power. I love it. Congratulations. Congratulations. I did repost how to fix your credit for the Soul Tribe members, and look on my community section. I just placed it up there, a link to how to fix your credit. We know credit's going to go away, but if anybody wants to play the credit game, you can, and you can repair your credit by writing what's called a 609 letter. If you don't want to join a private group, you can just look up 609 letter, but I go step by step how to get rid of credit in my private group and how to increase your credit score.
Jamie.
Yes.
I think I might have
You're welcome.
Video.
Cynthia, you paid a consultation fee to Chief Mack? Because I know you didn't pay for the trust, because if you paid for the trust, you'd have your trust right away. And that you would have made sure you got that trust if you paid the trust. So you paid for a consultation fee. Okay, send me an email to kiapruitt@gmail.com, and I'll call him personally for you on your behalf, okay? They unalived my sister-in-law with that stupid ventilator. I have the same testimony what they did to my family. All right, family, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me tonight. I just wanted to let you know that tomorrow's Martin Luther King's birthday. We know one king must fall for another to rise. They're going to start speaking in codes. I'm sure they've already done some type of rituals. I have to talk to Sheikh Jacob Bey. He's been trying to reach me, but I've been so busy. And we've had funerals and all this stuff happen in the family. I've just been really exhausted and working around the clock. We'll check in with him to see what type of rituals they're doing. I'm sure they'll do something between tomorrow and Tuesday. Tuesday's the days they like to make big announcements. We were always told you'll go to sleep on a Sunday, wake up Monday morning to a whole new reality. That can be literal and it can be symbolic. You're welcome. Yes, we're getting rid of credit because credit is not part of our republic. We are getting rid of credit. Some credit bureaus were told to stand down. I even have a list of banned creditors, credit collection companies. It's going to all be done away with. You love me and my family. Thank you. Y'all saying yes, bring the Sheik on? Okay, we'll call him. You're welcome. He might be alive. Sheik Bey, if you on the live, call me. Credit advice? I used to be a credit repair specialist. I put the step-by-step guideline in a private group. You never heard of a Section 609 letter by the Federal Credit Repair Act? If a collector or so-called collection company cannot prove that a debt belongs to you by providing you with the original contract and a wet ink signature, they must remove it from your credit report. That's That's their law. That's their workaround. There's always a remedy. They always create a problem, but they give you a solution. But then you have to flip all kind of backflips and deep diving and all that to figure out what the remedy is. We discovered that, and we're trained to help you get out of debt. Get out of debt. You really don't owe anybody. They lied to you, but you can write a letter and tell them these are unverifiable accounts and items on your credit repair. You can even charge off a bankruptcy, a judgment, a collection, anything, and get rid of all of the inquiries on your report. We won't have to do that in this new reality, but some people need a house right now, or they need some things done right now, so they want to or desire to dispute those things on their credit report. And so I help them do that by doing a step-by-step video. We all did it together. We talked together. And I put it in the membership group. But if you go to my community section, you see I put a link to that. I just did it tonight. I posted a link to how to clean up your credit and increase your credit score. I talk about once you clean up your credit or get those things off of your credit report, there are different tricky, really, they call it tricks, smart things to do to increase your score right away within 30 days. All right, family. Thank you so much for joining us. You just got you some foreign currencies, the Dillard said. You're welcome. Thank you for all your help, Dr. Kia. You are welcome. It is my greatest pleasure. No, the account doesn't have to be closed. Nope. In order to get rid of the stuff. So join my private group if you want to. If you don't, just keep looking for videos on the Dr. Kia Pruitt Show. I give away a lot of information. We've been doing this since what? I've been talking on social media about what's going on in the world since 2000. When did I have my first Facebook account? Like 2009, 2008. And I was going viral on Facebook way back then. And my son said, Mom, you need to spread the message to the world. And in 2017, I started my first YouTube account. And then I'm now probably up to 9 or 10 YouTube accounts because they've censored them, taken them down, taking my money, all type of things trying to keep us from telling the truth. But we're back. We don't die. We multiply. We babies, cheerings. You're welcome. Rest easy, family. Foreign currency again before I go. Oh, my battery's powering down, family. They put it in the chat, the different foreign currencies, and they told you where you can get them from. They said the Zim, the Bolivar, the Vietnamese dong, the Indonesian rupiah, and they named some others, and they told you where you could buy it from. Love you, family. Now, do I have the song on here? My battery is going low, family, so I won't be able to stay on. You all saying yes to get Sheik Bey on? Sheik Jacob Bey? So we can tell us if we have any rituals to let us know that it's over for the deep state. We'll do that. I was trying to see if I could find this song. Let me see. Hold on. Both, what'd you say? Both zero on, oh, y'all talking to each other. Banknote World to get currencies, absolutely. 100trillions.com. 100 trillions with an S.com. SafeDinar.com. GreatAmericanCoinCompany.com. eBay. Everybody forgets eBay. Not everybody. Some people that do. Yes, please do the replay. You're saying please do, Doc? What do you say? Oh, get Jacob Bey on? Okay. We will do that. All right. Let me see if I can get the song, take us out on this song. I love you, family. You bought a lot of silver on eBay and Amazon. Awesome. Awesome. All right. I wish I had something I could put up, but we're just going to get out of here shortly. Can y'all hear this? I don't know if I can hear this. Can y'all hear the song? I love you more. Good. Good night, family. You can. Okay. I love you. Soul tribe, how to see through the night. Ancient scriptures and bloodlines she knows. Spreading truth wherever she goes. Soul tribe rising, hear her call. Raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way. Come say good night, family. To a brighter, freer day. Bye-bye. Come say good night. Good night. Through her channel, knowledge flows, breaking chains that hold us close. Teaching past to us, abundance and wealth, guiding others to free themselves. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. From currencies to investments divine, she's helping her try to realign with wisdom, ancient and new, showing what we all can do. Thank you for the hearts, family. You're welcome. Soul tribe rising, hear her call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia shows the way to a brighter, freer day. Soul tribe rising, hear a call, raising vibrations for one and all. Dr. Kia lights the way to a new and brighter day. I love you, family. Have a good night, and we'll talk again in the morning or in the rising. Peace. Sleep well. Safe travels in your dream. We'll see you soon. Good night. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for all of your comments. Thank you for sharing wisdom and information in the comment section. Thank you for keeping the vibrations high. My name is Dr. Kia Pruitt. You've seen Sister Janine and Sister Divine and Brother Divine in the chat as our moderators. You've been able to communicate with each other. I hope we've all said or shared something and some information about Intel, about currencies, about silver, gold, copper, palladium, platinum, and other investments to raise your vibrations and inspire you to create the most amazing, magnificent life that you desire and deserve. Good night, family. Make this a great night. And before you go to sleep, think about and speak to what you desire to realize or create as you go to sleep. And whatever decisions you're trying to make, tell yourself you're going to work it out in your dreams, and it shall be so. It is so because we spoke it and we commanded to be so. Good night, family. I love you, and you're very welcome. It's my greatest pleasure. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the donations. Thank you for your energy and your time. I love you, and thank you for your trust. It means a whole lot to me. Thank you so much. Peace.